Danielle, roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Peters.
Here.
Councilman Gray.
Here.
Councilwoman Gregg.
Here.
Councilwoman Knappel. Here. Councilman Petty.
Here.
Councilman Warren.
Here.
City Attorney Griffin.
Here. First item on the agenda is citizens' concerns. We had 2 people follow the resolution to sign up to speak, and that's going to be Mr. McGrath and Mr. John Leftwich.
Good.
Mr. McGrath, you could get your turn first.
You get forward. You're good.
You follow our kitchen. All right, that's good. I just don't want to take my hat off here. I mean, very concerned about what's going to happen. I don't really have too much to say. That's about it. I'm just concerned about all the money we're throwing. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. McGrath. I appreciate you following the resolution, too. Mr. Leftwich, you're up.
Good evening. The discussion for needing a new city hall or not it has been over for 2 years now. So this has been voted on. It's not, do we need one or not? It's, you're supposed to build one. It's a completely different discussion, a lot of misinformation about that. So this land will not flood when fill is added. Adding fill to create elevation is a standard construction practice. If this land is good enough for apartments, then it is good enough for City Hall. Because if we do not build on this land, that is probably what is going to happen. I'm not seeing any other good options to move forward with this project. The other ideas, such as acquiring land that is not for sale or buying more expensive land, would be irresponsible. There are very few alternatives. All other options will be way too expensive. We have a small minority of people using scare tactics to persuade you not to move forward with this project. Where are the other 2,000 citizens? Well, they are not here offering opposition. One should assume they are not opposed. Please use common sense and save taxpayer money. Thank you.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is going to be the purchase of the Upper Ferry Road property.
To approve.
Second.
Got a motion to approve and a second.
Ready for discussion?
Ready for discussion.
I'm interested to know why we're here tonight.
Because?
And not only why are we here, because this was taken off of the table. And now all of a sudden we're here at a special called meeting and we've got 2 people that are ready to go apparently.
Why,
We haven't.
why are we here? Because I was
Well, I'm not
emailed.
finished, but
I'm gonna tell you why. You asked a question, I'm answering. We're here
I'm not
because 3
finished
people.
What I'm saying.
Three
I'm
people
gonna
emailed me
continue
wanting
with what
to
I'm
do it.
saying.
No, you're not.
What I'm concerned about is not only why we're here, I'm concerned that we've got 2 people that are just ready to go. I mean, let's get it done and here's a second. What's going on?
I have no idea.
How did we go from, there was no second at the end of last meeting to, here we go, I'm ready to go. Those are my questions.
Like I said, all I know is that 3 councilmen emailed me and asking to put this back on. This is not my idea. I tabled it last month, I thought it was over. This is not my.
Mayor, I concur with Councilman Peters on this. This was taken off the table at the last meeting. Now, I am not opposed to making a motion to putting the option back to discuss further, possibly extending the contract to look at it. I'm not saying to purchase it. I'm not saying anything. But I believe from my ethical standpoint, it was a no vote, or it wasn't even seconded last time, and it was taken off the table, and we're here.
I
And
agree.
that's where I'm at.
But here's the thing. If you as a councilman, or you as a councilman, and you as a councilman to vote on something and you change your mind and ask me to put it on the agenda, what am I saying? No, I'm not putting it on the agenda. No, they asked, and it's on the agenda. This is, y'all decide what y'all want to do. I'm telling you.
So if we vote on it tonight to move forward, then you're saying I can put it back on the agenda for a special called meeting to change my mind?
If you request it,
So we just keep going back and forth and
If
we'll
that's what
never.
y'all wanna do as councilmen, that's fine. That's what I said. I'm here, I work for y'all. This is not my meeting.
Well, I'm more here to know what other options do we have over the last 2-3 years? What other options do we have? I wish we had a wonderful spot on Main Street that was available. We have looked, I've been told by other people, we're only looking at this, but we haven't only looked at this. I would be interested in knowing where did we get with, and one of the reasons I'm here is we are pretty much out of time with doing something, because we've been looking at this before you were mayor, we've been looking at this. I would have loved to have bought the bank building, it was never put on an agenda while I was on the council. So the bank building would have been great, that's behind us.
I guarantee if I'd have been here, we would have bought that, that'd been the perfect place.
But we don't have that option, that would be wonderful if we had that option. So what options do we have? We don't have great options. We do not have great options. But we did talk about, at the meeting, we did talk about the metal building out here. Has that been looked into? Because I'd like to
I've
come
spoken
know.
to the engineers and stuff, and they're saying that it cannot be done. We cannot do a public building in a pole barn.
So that's off the table, so we know that, that's not an option.
And with that off the table, what do we have left? We don't have perfect property, but we do have property that's at a reasonable price compared to anything else we've looked at or priced. We looked at the Turner Building property, that was taken off the table. That would have had to have work too. That would have had to been.
They wouldn't sell it.
Right, right. But even if we'd bought that, it wouldn't have been free, and it would have still needed work to get it, to be able to build a
The
building.
excavation on the Turner building would cost us a lot more than it will be over here, because we have to do a lot more to it.
So the reason I'm here is we still are out of, we don't have any options, and we don't have a plan, and we could be put out of this building at some point. We know it's not safe, just by the one review that we've had of the building.
So
We know it's not safe, so do we give up this property and hope that somebody else will sell some in the future?
I'm sorry.
Hold on. Councilman Petty, go ahead.
Okay, number one, I don't know how much experience y'all have had with dealing with FEMA. I've had quite a bit. They are very difficult to deal with. We're gonna have a lot of legal problems getting to fill in something in a flood zone. If we're gonna do that, that opens up a lot more land, because if we're willing to fill in that land that's in a flood zone, we can do it for some other areas, and we can look a little further.
Okay, first of all, we don't have to fill in the 500-year floodplain, okay? That's not even on the table. FEMA has approved all those buildings up and down Main. Bank of Tennessee's new, Taco Bell's new. There's not gonna be a problem building there.
They've not approved that lot, though.
There's not gonna be a problem building there. We can come up with all kinds of excuses. I just need to know what y'all want me to do. Tell me what you want me to do, and we'll do it. I'm at the point where y'all just wasting time. Go ahead.
So number one, I see this property over there as a gamble. Because that's what we're doing. At the end of the day, that's what we're doing. We can say you can't guarantee that we can build there. That's not right. That's not true. So what we're doing is,
I'll go
it's
with the
not just.
professional opinion of our engineer. How about that? Who does it a lot more than either one of us do.
All right, well, my point is, I wouldn't do this with my own money. I wouldn't gamble my own money betting on an engineer or anybody else that I buy this property and then I get to look in and see if whether or not I can build on it. I wouldn't do it with my own money. I'm certainly not gonna vote to do it with taxpayer money. The second, we've got an option as far as what we're sitting in right now. Our other option is tearing this down, putting up our temporaries, changing our floor plan if we need to make it fit with something we already have right here. There's no question, there's no gambling, whether it comes out to more money or not.
It does come out to more money, but that's
We
okay.
think it is, based on what?
I know it is, okay? Here's the
Well,
thing.
in that case, I do more real estate than you do.
I don't care.
Right?
Every one of the.
Well, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, well, you ought to care.
We're tit for tat here
Listen to what
about
I'm
who
saying.
does
The
what more.
buildings themselves are $325,000. You can say that I inflated those numbers, whatever. I didn't get those numbers.
Oh, all right, have we got them on file?
Yes, you got all the paperwork the last time in the last meeting.
And where do we sit those portables if we get them?
They're gonna have to go in that parking lot out there.
And we're gonna tear this down regardless. So I keep saying that.
Yeah.
We're
Why,
not-
why are we tearing this down regardless?
Because if it's condemned and can't be used, then we're not just
Exactly.
gonna leave the building to stand
It hasn't
and
been
rot.
condemned yet.
If it's not if it's not condemnable, then we can
No, it's
remodel,
condemnable.
then we can remodel
But
here. But
it
you
ha-
can't have both sides of it.
You're not understanding what I'm saying.
I'm fully
The
understanding. what
mitigation
you're
and
saying.
tearing this building down, okay, is gonna cost more than the preparation of that site down there. And you still gotta build a building on this site.
What is the estimate of filling that in to make it
Well, wait a
buildable?
minute,
The
because we're.
total project
listen,
is a 3.2, but that's.
I'm not asking the total project, I'm asking you what it's gonna take to excavate the land out from the upper end and fill in the flood zone.
I don't know, a couple $100,000.
So I thought I still had
That's a
the floor.
guess, you don't have a
I don't know,
figure.
because I didn't bid each individual part of the project.
Well, you should
Dan.
have.
No, you don't. You
Yes,
bid
you
the
do.
project. Oh, my God. Anyway, y'all do what y'all
I
wanna
think
do.
I still have the floor, if I'm not mistaken. I
Yes,
never.
you do.
True.
We're, in my opinion, the responsible thing to do, if it is condemned, is to tear this down.
Yes.
You're not just gonna leave it to rot. I wouldn't imagine that the people sitting at this table are gonna vote to just let it sit here and rot. That's not my point, that's
I
not my
agree.
point. And what I'm saying is, if you're gonna spend the money to tear it down anyway, then that doesn't factor in. You're saying to tear this down compares to over here, to doing land over there. It doesn't matter, because this is gonna be, if it's condemned, it's gonna be torn down anyway.
Right.
You're gonna spend the money anyway. That doesn't factor into the
But
cost.
we don't have to spend it at the same time. We don't have to spend whatever it's gonna cost to condemn, or tear this down and build a new building. We can scale out the projects and spread the money out, so that way, not everybody in this room is paying for it. We can spread that out over 40 years. That's what the design of this building is for. That's what when you build buildings, that's what you do, spread them out so every generation pays for it. It's to benefit the city, it's not to benefit just one generation.
I make a motion, we suspend rules to allow Mark Schwartz to speak, and he did sign in.
We're still under the first motion, we haven't voted on the first motion yet. You can't make a motion in the middle of a motion. No, you can't. No. Quit talking from the gallery there. Is everybody done discussing this?
Can we approve something that was taken off the table last council meeting? That's my
Yes, it's
question.
back on the table.
So we'll bring it up next meeting and.
So votes be nothing in this council
It means
anymore.
There was no vote last meeting. It
That's
didn't get a
because it didn't get a
second.
second.
I said I take it off the table because I was done with this. I want to move on and get something done for the people that live here.
You
I don't wanna
you
keep
said to
beating-
take it off the table after making a motion.
To buy the land.
As a chair, to make a motion to do that.
Right.
So it didn't get a second, that's a vote.
No, there was no
That-
vote
no.
cast on that at all.
That's a vote, not getting a
That's
second
not
on
a
it,
vote.
absolutely
That
it
is a
is. That's
vote.
everybody at the table saying no.
No.
But we
it's-
can put things back on the agenda.
My point
And the
is,
thing
it
about-
was voted on,
You
and
can,
you gotta
you can
know.
look at it whatever you want. There was no vote taken on that matter. Hold on.
It's not how I look at it, that's what
Am I
happened.
correct? Was there a vote taken?
I knew I was gonna.
Yeah.
Not technically a vote, but didn't get a second, so
Yes.
obviously.
I'm saying there was no vote taken, is what I'm saying.
So, does that take it off the table?
It died for
Change your
lack
mind
of
as many
second.
times as you want. There's
We-
nothing
and
that
we
stops
have.
you from changing your mind.
Sometimes monthly.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not the one that changed my mind.
And the
And I can tell you that right now, I was completely.
So we got a motion to approve in a second? We're gonna do a roll call?
Roll call.
Councilman Gray,
Yes.
Councilwoman Grigg,
No.
Councilwoman Knappel,
Yes.
Councilman Petty,
No.
Councilman Warren,
No.
Councilman Peters.
Absolutely no.
All right.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
All in favor? Meeting's adjourned.